Here we go.
How you guys doing today?
Huh?
How you guys doing today? Can you
I'm
hear me?
doing amazing. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. I think I
Hey, Sid, has anybody told you look fine as hell tonight? I just want to start off with tonight's podcast with how beautiful you are.
He told me that he was doing his hair just so he could impress you.
I see he's waxed his eyebrows a little bit as well.
This man, ever since I met him, I think it was like it's like September. I have heard every single day since September. Hey, like, just let me see you with a face camera. And oh my god! So finally,
so this is the first time you've had like a voice call with like video and everything.
I mean, we voice call all the time, but like not like FaceTime.
Yeah, I think this is the second time I've seen you. Or like, I think we video called one time when you were doing like a PC and everything was Panda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can make him proud now.
There you go, man. You achieved since September the hard work that he's put in to get to this moment. He's finally achieved it here in February.
It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing.
So, I guess if you didn't know, it's FamaLamaPingPong, man. If you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little about what you do in your community. Just let the people know.
Okay, so I'm a Twitch streamer. I started for fun. I noticed viewers coming in, sounding like the personality, and I decided to. My community kind of brand myself about because I would use my viewers to support other streamers, and it was never something I intended to happen, but it just happened, and we just kind of gelled, and that's how I grew, was the support for support vibe. But there's a lot of interesting things about me now moving away from the support for support, and the pros and cons of it, and everything that I begun with was with good intentions, but like recently, I've decided to brand myself, and I will stream for myself now. And I took away the self promo on my Discord, and I took all that interesting stuff. But you
had to make some choices to start moving in the right direction for yourself. Is what the vibes I was getting from that, because I'm in your community, but when you're streaming, I'm asleep. So because I just different parts of the world. But I try to get in there at the end of your streams, and then I'll hop right into Serpents.
I found that having people like expect, like I had people there who expected me to be there for them, and so like at the start I was able to do that, but the more people that came, I was lying to myself and them to say that I can support them equally as everybody else.
It goes from helping 3 to 4 people to now 40 to 50 people, and then 60 to 70, and you have a family too, and it gets time consuming. You have to. People expect you there every day, and you can't do that, man. You could probably be there once a week, and I understand that, man. It's tough.
What kind of triggered me is like I get DMs every day. Can you read me? And I don't know. It's not how you should do things. Make your friends, put in the effort to make connections. I mean, I have somebody came through today. Will you raid me? I'm about to go live, and it's just that's why seeing that happen all the time. I don't want to put off that vibes that I'm going to be able to do this for everybody. So that's why I kind of want to brand about myself now in the future.
But the experience that you took from it and what you learn is actually going to help you more in the future. So I'm sure you'll talk about it today, whichever specifics you'd like to speak about. But like, obviously, you definitely dealt with some experiences, and I'm sure there's a lot of people, and we've spoken before. I'm sure there's a lot of people in terms of it that you've shown a lot of love to, and perhaps you didn't receive anything back. And it's difficult for you as a streamer because you have, like Warrior said, you have a family, you have a million things going on in your day, and you have a life.
That was it. I didn't want to set the expectation that I could help everybody the same. So I mean, I watch streams who will never come in my streams because I enjoy the stream. So that's what I want. I want to push out the idea now that if you enjoy my streams, then be here. I do and still will shout out people in my streams to support people who are in there for me. But I can't promise that I'm going to be there for you, as in your streams, every stream. My goal and my mindset is to make one good friend a week. So Spicy, Randy, Panda, Pat, Sir, there's like Shauna doesn't stream anymore, but Shauna, she's in the chat. There's fucking Spicy, there's people who I've made as friends, and these are the ones I'm in the streams because I have that connection with them. So if I can make one friend a week. Give me 10 weeks, I got another 10 viewers. That's my mindset now. It's not quantity, because that was my mindset. I was messaging 100 people on Instagram every day. I'm now trying to push towards the quality side of things.
Ben, we're in the right mind. I think me and you have the same mindset, man. I'm looking for this summer, this fall, this winter building a community up through that amount of time, not just something I don't want to wake up and just have 75 viewers, man. Because I want to know every single one of those viewers' names. Like there's a lot of instances where someone comes in the chat and I'll know them by first name and I'm talking to them on a first name basis. Yeah. And then there's someone's on the chat. They're like, who's Andrew? And I'm like, oh, that's
this is something I really want to talk about. Actually, it's which my mistake, which I learned from, is the people who are 50, 60, do not put in your fucking titles, pushing for partner. Do not put it on your socials. Do not say I'm pushing for partner, because that was my mistake. I had an 8-week sub goal. If I hit it, I quit my job. I had the partner push once I applied. So once I applied and I hit my sub goals for 8 weeks and quit my job, people thought he's made it. He doesn't need me. And that was that's what happened. And I lost a lot of momentum. I don't want people to make the same mistakes. 40, 50 viewers, find them organically. There is no rush. There's definitely no rush. Like, I started streaming, and if you look at my first 2 months of streaming, in 64 days, I took 2 days off and I streamed about 10 hours every day. Not because I cared about where I was going, because I just loved the game and it was fuck it. Why not? I was just streaming games. I wouldn't even talk to my chat half the time. Well, I would if there was somebody there, but I was playing with people I enjoy playing with, and I just had fun streaming. So that's what I'm trying to get back to, is the no expectation, because once I started getting the viewers, I expected that viewership to maintain. It fluctuates, and you've got to be prepared to go up, go down, go up, go down. You just got to enjoy the process.
Yeah, because one day you could. I notice like Thursdays are really good days for me, and then Fridays are just notoriously bad days. And then if you get in that mindset, like if you just don't accept that, then Fridays your content's going to be terrible, and then the viewers that are in there to support you and be your friend, 2, be there to support. They're just. They're gonna be like, why am I here to watch this dude? You know what I mean? So I try to have fun, whether it's low viewers, high viewers, and then
my attitude on stream really changed for about 2 months, because I applied for partner and they took 2 months to reply with an answer. And from that 2 months, so when I applied for partner, I had 90 average. No, I was hitting 90 averages, but I wanted to wait an entire month to get 75 average for every stream, just to show I can hold it. And so I kind of delayed the process for a month. And once I applied after that month, my viewers declined. And that was over me for 2 months of my content. I was feeling like shit and I couldn't enjoy the stream process. So that's why I really say do not focus on partner. It was
in the back of your head, probably every
single day. It was in the front of my head. Yeah.
And while you're at it, you have things going on in your personal life. And what people don't understand is that, like for me, at least, for when I stream, right, when I every single day, I use it as kind of like a getaway. Like, I had a lot going on this week, like a lot of family issues going on this week, sadly. But when I hit the live button, it's like everything just washed away. Everything that happened in my week just washed away. And I was able to just have a really good time, speak Star Wars, and just have an amazing day. But what people don't understand is that there's always going to be something in your personal life that can get back to your head, and it could mess with you. It could mess with you.
Well, everybody knew this. Most people in my community knew this, but I obviously split up with my ex-girlfriend. I become a single full-time dad. I lost the partner. I failed the partner, and I had COVID all in 1 week. And it was a pretty fucking tough week, to say the least, because I was like fucking bop, fuck up and down.
You're just taking the punches, man. That's one thing I want to talk about as we move along is we're still small streamers, whether but we still have the stress that it comes, I think, with bigger streamers, and then there's the mental health part of it too. We can get in that definitely with all that happening to you. What was the mindset like when you just hit the start stream button? How stressed were you?
Still to this day, I get so for about 6 months of streaming, I loved it. I couldn't wait. The last few months with the partner hanging over me, there's other things off stream that nobody sees that I can't talk about and all that good stuff. But there's other things that's going on, different dynamics, and it got to a point where going live was a big. I can't do this. I got on a call with Serp one time, and he gave me a big talk, and he was really amazing. And off screen, I had tears in my eyes because I was breaking down mentally. But to know you have good people out there to be there for you, I don't know. That's the difference. That's why I say that's my biggest tip, is surround yourself with people who are going to push you. I had Pat and Panda when I had 6 to 10 viewers. They were my homies at 6 to 10 viewers. And they have pushed me every step of the way. They've made my Discord for me. They've built up my communities. They've always got my back. So if you do not vibe with the people you surround yourself with, you've got to drop them off. There's been people who I've surrounded myself with who I've heard use homophobic slurs on stream, and they've been my friends for weeks, and I dropped my friendship, and it affected
represent you.
Yeah, because they represent you. Yes, and it sucked because I lost about 6 to 10 viewers from dropping off this one guy because of the homophobic slurs, and I lost a big chunk of my community because they came together. But I had to do that morally, because there's no way that I could look and say to my community, you know, that this is okay.
Yeah,
it goes deeper than a number. It's morals. It's for your heart. And I know you started during the pandemic. You started around, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, like around March, April, May. And we can all three of us can attest to this and agree with this. The fact that like the relationships that you developed through streaming, I can call some of my fellow streamer friends, including Warrior and Pama, like my closest friends. And that's something that like people don't really understand, of what you can develop out of streaming just by the connections and the amazing people you meet. However, there is your bad batch of people, and at the end of the day, you need to represent yourself. And if you see someone that's not really aligning with what you believe in, then you're just a step in the road, just a bump in the road to cut them off.
We were actually just talking about this the other day, where the streamer is in that said stream is the leader, the president. He's, you know, she has to make the big decisions sometimes, you know, because the mods, they know the rules, but they don't want to bring the stream down if they do a ban or anything like that. And then sometimes things can get out of control that will span into like a whole week, because that same chat keeps coming back. And then sometimes you have to make the big boy decisions. And but moving, I think if you look at it in the long term, you know, 2 years from now, you have to get rid of those slurs and those type of things in the chat, because you're essentially trying to work for Twitch.
You are. Yeah. You're a representative of Twitch, and Twitch are never going to progress your career to partner or anywhere successful if you stand by homophobic slurs and everything. And this is what I was trying to explain to the guy. I know people say things by mistake, and I said that. I said, I don't judge you as a person. You've said something. But when I lost that connection was when he said, no, I think it's okay to say this. And that's when I was like, well, I can't, there's nothing. If you can happily say that this is okay to say, then I can't defend that, you know? So that was, you lose, like, that was something I had to stand by.
No, I definitely agree with that.
So then when all that was happening to you, you dealt with that internal problem. You had COVID-19, which I'm glad you're better, man. And then the partner denial. How do you mentally prepare yourself to hit stream button, thinking in the back of your head, am I going to have 10 viewers today, or am I going to have 100 viewers today? Yeah,
well, this is like when I had growing, I get 15 viewers, dropped to 5. It had a mental effect on, am I not good enough? People think he's got 50 viewers. Why is he thinking like this? But when you go from 100 viewers to 50 viewers, it has the exact same effect. It doesn't matter if I've got 50 viewers. I've gone backwards. I've took step backs, and I feel like I'm not getting to where I want to be. Everybody wants to keep going forward. So whether or not you got 100 viewers and you go to 50, or you got 20 and you go to 10, it's got that same effect. I've got people in my DMs, you know, he's saying, is it normal to lose viewers? And I'm like, dude, I used to get 100. I'm going to say yes, it's normal for people to go up and go down. And some people steamroll it they can steamroll it to thousands. I mean, there's this girl streamer, Amesy. She's an amazing content creator, by the way. She blew up on TikTok. I rated her when I had about 70, 80 viewers. She had about 60. The next month later, she's got 300-400 viewers because she blew the heck up on TikTok. And she is still at the 300 viewer mark. So she was at the same stage as me, and she times 10 growth, and I went backwards. Don't compare yourself. It doesn't matter. I know she's an amazing content creator. She deserves to be where she's at. So I'm not going to look at other streamers and think, why are they doing better than me? I'm going to work on myself and my own content. That's why now I'm trying to, like, the partner failure was a relief. I didn't care. Like, I got to the stage where obviously I wanted a partner, but I got to a stage where it was 2 months lingering. I was like, I don't care. Just tell me I'm failing so I can move on, get the numbers on my head, and try and rebuild myself. And that's the vibes.
That's good, man. You know, I was actually in your stream yesterday, I believe, and then you were talking about that. You were like, I'm trying to build my community back up. You briefly talked about the same thing you just said, man. I think that's awesome that, you know, you didn't give up. you're still here, and you know, you should be right back where you want to be. But I think you have a good mental timeline of when that's going to be, and whether that's 3 months, 6 months, or another year from now. I think that's awesome, dude. And then your community's going to be stronger for it.
I think we may not understand why things happen, you know, like the exact reason why they happen in the moment. But I think for you, it's like, say you get to that point again, you learn from the first thing you said when you started off this podcast today is like, you said, don't do this, do that. And we just started, and that just already showed me that like you already have in your head what you want for the future, and you know the different approaches you're going to take. But so you took that experience and you learned from it. I had a lot of experience. I know that if I didn't go through what I went through within college basketball and my injuries and the mental state that I was at, I wouldn't be able to relate so much mentally. I wouldn't be able to take those experiences and be able to, you know so much as I do now. Maybe if I started streaming 3 years ago, I would have been inexperienced and I wouldn't have been able to relate. That's why I stress so much on mental health, because I've been through stuff. I see through that stuff. I know how it is, and I know what to do in situations to get out of it. And what you've been doing is, I mean, streaming for you has, since we've met, you've always told me how much you love it, how much it's your passion. And then it just turned into something that felt like more like a job for you. And then now you're going back to what it was. It was going back to that love. And now you're enjoying yourself slowly but surely.
Streaming felt like throughout the partner time, streaming felt like I had to show up. And and I weren't enjoying the fact, the schedule, I have to maintain my schedule. That took away the fun, because it was like, I just turn on, come home from work, turn on. It was, I have to turn up, I have to do these times, and I have to try and maintain. And it was, you have to do it instead of you want to do it. And that's why I'm trying to go back to just enjoying gaming again, enjoying streaming again. That's why I kind of like Warzone now. Warzone is a tough game to grow in, a tough community to grow in. But I enjoy the custom lobby, so I don't care. As long as I'm having fun. If I can get custom lobbies going every week, I'll do it. But that's how I want to grow.
I have a lot of questions flowing through my head. I'm trying to keep them in order. Streaming Warzone is definitely something I want to cover. The mental things that you need to take care of outside of streaming is another. So if you guys can help me remember, but with what you were just saying, what are some mistakes that you've made that you 100% know that they were mistakes early on and that you will never do again? And I'll start with, I've been streaming off and on for quite a long time, like many years, but it was only like a month streaming here, 2 months streaming here. And then I tried to take it serious this summer, just right around the time we all did. And I actually started by joining a follow community. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was like, man, I got 50 followers today. And then why did my viewership only go up 1? And it was like my buddy in real life, you know? So when I realized that mistake, that they're just there to build the illusion that you're a big streamer, that's when I quickly got out of that and then deleted all those, views, those followers. So that's my main mistake. And I think a lot of people still fall for that trap. And because they'll come in to our communities and they'll be like, hey man, can you shout me out or can you follow me? And then I make sure to say it on stream. I'm like, or they'll ask like, hey, how can I build? And I'll be like, you have to build establish a real relationship with other streamers, a friendship, and then they'll appear in your streams, man. This just because I do this shout out, which I end up doing, I just let them know that this isn't a follow for follower. You have to be in here and establish a real relationship with these people for them to come to your stream.
Establishing a relationship with expecting nothing in return, just like you creating a bond. Like I've gone by other streamers before that I just love hanging out. Like I never would say I stream. I don't care. Like if they want to come by, that's up to them. But like for me, it's just like I love your content. I just want to hang out with you. Like you're a cool person. I'd love to get to know you more. And if that happens down the road and you want to come by, sure, you're welcome in open arms. But like for me, it's just always like been a thing where it's just like in the back of my head, I'm just like I just love to just like show the love and support without expecting anything in return. And I think that mentality can take you a lot of places instead of like, oh, like why aren't they following me back? Why aren't they doing that? You know what I mean? It's just not. It doesn't take you far.
I don't think with you what you need with mistakes for follow. So this is my mentality. Don't think of it as a mistake. Think of it as a lesson. Everything I've got with streaming, I haven't got a single regret. I haven't got a regret about support community. I haven't got a regret about trusting certain people I shouldn't, because everything just gives you more insight and more knowledge. I haven't got a single regret throughout my life because everything is a lesson. I mean, I lost about $25,000 worth of business stuff with one of my ex-partners. That was a lesson to me. I came out happier. Like, you know, I lost, like, you lose viewers, you lose, everything is a lesson. So, I mean, even if people go through follow for follow, you understand, you learn, then you're going to learn that follow for follow doesn't help. You learn that early on. So why not? You know, sometimes it's best to slam the new streamer, say, yeah, go do that follow for a week. See how that pans out. You know, go on, kick him up the door, off your door. Go to that follow for follow. You know, you don't like, just why not? Just go through the stuff at the start and then enjoy the process. Or like that's another thing about streaming, is enjoying the process. Damn, I used to sit on the edge of my bed, bouncing with no back seat, on a cabinet, like a set of drawers. My mouse and keyboard was on a set of drawers.
I remember.
Yeah, sitting like this. And now I have my own desk. I have my own gaming chair. You know, I got a Yeti. I'm living a large right now. Just enjoy the process of improving the little things, finding a new webcam board, or enjoy the process. Don't think, oh my God, I should be doing this. Just enjoy the process, and don't expect anything, because Noah is, you know, he's been a great friend of mine for a few months. I don't know the saying exactly, but he said basically you can't be disappointed if you've got no expectations, and everything is a bonus. Like, you win you're always winning in life if you're not expecting anything. You want to be there, but don't think it's a given. You want to earn it, but it's not a given. It's not going to happen because it's going to happen. So just push for it, and then feel great about yourself when you hit them, you know, little upgrades, and
enjoy the journey there. And that's what I keep preaching. Like, do I want to be partner one day? 100%. That's a goal. I think that's what we all stream. But I actually don't want it to happen overnight. You know, I want to, because I wanted to be satisfied when I get it. And then, like I said, know my community so well that, you know, I know 75 people, like, on a personal level. And I always try to get people. I always try to get those lurkers. I get it. You know, sometimes people watch stream just because they want to watch the gameplay, but I always try to get the lurkers to talk in the chat too. Like, hey man, what's your favorite Star Wars character? You know, because Fama's in the Warzone community, but we're in the Star Wars. I'm like, hey man, what's your favorite Star Wars character? Or what's your favorite movie? And then eventually, you know, sometimes I'll get somebody talking, and then I don't know, they'll make a few friends in chat. And then here recently, the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that some of those people they're active in the Discord. They're even active on my YouTube channel commenting, not because they feel like they need to, but I think because they realize how personal people can be, and I think they've already established that relationship. So this is one of my biggest brain moves. Was big brain. I made a mod, and his only job for me was anybody new in the chat, you tag them and you ask them a question. Because it gets them involved in the chat straight away. So if somebody follows, my mod would message them and say, "Yo, how are you today?" Or how do you find? Like, I would always say, "How do you find the stream and everything?" But my mod would engage them in the conversation that's happening to try and interact, and that would keep them in the. Dude, that's the best. That was literally. It is a big brain play, because some of my moderators, I always say I have a fantastic moderation team. So if they're out there listening, I'm gonna make their heads even bigger. I mean, they really are. I have an excellent moderation team, so don't fail me now, Revenites. But they sometimes do walk over each other, and by that I mean one will shout out to Discord, and the next one will shout out to Discord, and it does clog up the chat. And I feel like, dude, that's a good idea. You know, have a moderator like, hey man, you just shout out socials and enjoy the stream. Sit back, ban if you need to. You know, that's a good idea. I might utilize.
Yeah, that. You need to get a mod whose sole job is to anybody new, just ask them a spark conversations and get the new people involved with the group, because they're feeling one of you guys, and that's the biggest brain strat I've ever done.
Actually, I have one in chat. Crispy Bacon. He actually is really good. He's Crispy Bacon's really good at engaging with new viewers to the stream and get them to open up.
You need to give him that mod. Then he needs that mod.
Well, one of the things too is, for Star Wars we can do this. I don't know how you could utilize it in other games, but we have very distinct characters, and one of them's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Crispy Bacon's favorite character is Obi-Wan Kenobi. So if somebody else says their favorite character is Obi-Wan, they just formed a bond and they latch on, and then
it happens to me.
Yeah,
like so, I have these random people, like mostly girls, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but mostly women commenting on my TikTok saying, "Oh my god, I love llamas." And I'm like, "Are we about to be best friends?" And I always reply that to them. And today I had to follow on Twitch and TikTok from somebody from that exact conversation. She said, "Oh my god, I have a llama tattoo." I said, "I'm about to get one." I was like, "Oh my god, yes, get it." And I'm like, "Wait, I think we just become best friends." And she's like, "Yes, I'm following you on Twitch." And I already know, well, I don't know, but I'm confident she's going to come and say hi on the stream because you made that connection to a llama.
Yeah. And those are the relationships you develop through streaming, and it's so special. And I will say this is a little off topic, but I did want to like throw something out there while we're on the topic. Like a moderation team, people don't understand. They're like, I hate it. Like I not that I hate it, but like I don't feel good inside when people say like, oh yeah, like look what you did. You did all of this. Like, no, I did it. It's not true. No. Because because I can guarantee you, not one thing in this entire community would be possible without an amazing team of moderators.
Dude,
like,
I wouldn't have a Discord.
They're like the unspoken
legends.
Literally, and it's like nothing would be able to be possible. I speak to my moderators on a daily basis, and like those are actually people I became friends with, people that I speak to, people that we talk personal life, anything, and it's like. They make the stream and the community so safe and so wholesome and amazing. And like not many people understand like how special they are. So just wanted to just throw that out there before we switch topics.
Before we move on, I have a beard. Fama has a beard. So when you grow that beard, sir, that's when you go to the webcam and start
no. Right? I actually had a full length. I just decided to just shave it because it's well. I mean, wintertime is closing out.
So you can grow one every week and then you shave.
I have pictures. If I waited, if I guarantee you, if I waited, if I did not shave until next Saturday, so for the next Inside the Holocron, it would be full length.
Does anybody just want to grab Serp's baby face chickies? I'll bring him in nice and close and go.
Yeah. You think I'm kidding? Okay, I won't. I'm not gonna do it. But like, if I didn't shave until next Saturday, it would be full length.
Hey man,
you think I'm kidding?
Almost. I think you're BSing the chat here, man. I don't know. All right, let's see. Oh, he's good. So, yeah, man, the beard thing. I think that needs to be your milestone. When you reach beard, then you're just like, hey guys, webcam time.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me do this. I have so many pictures. Like,
oh, guys, he's bringing out the beard. So.
A good question for another time.
Real quick, man. So you've been you've hit 4,000 followers, man. So what are you doing? Don't
try to play it safe like you did. Just had one of the biggest accomplishments and milestones.
Yeah, it's been going good, man. What do you have planned tomorrow for Sunday for your squad?
Tomorrow we have a special 4,000 follower celebration stream, and there's going to be this guy right here. And we're going to have one large giveaway. It's a surprise giveaway. One of the largest, not the largest one we've done, but it's pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. But,
awesome.
All right. Now let's go back to the.
Yeah, we're trying to fill in. So he brought out the. Let's go. The FamaLamaPingPong suit. Oh my goodness, man!
You know what you should do? You should just like uppercut, so your face doesn't show, and we just have a conversation with like the head of the llama. I don't think he can hear us.
You're on mute. You're on mute, my guy.
Oh, I'm back. This is for Princess Sona. This is for Princess Sona. I've been on mute this whole time. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awesome, man. So do you wear that on stream sometimes? Is that a channel point?
Yeah, there's 10k channel points. People often combine it with throw it back and push-ups and all the sweaty stuff. So that's the vibes in my chat. They like to see a fat man do exercise. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is.
They want to see a fat man exercise. I don't have those set up on purpose because I feel like no matter what my channel points are, I have a few that just like to spam them, and I'm not trying to do 1,000 push-ups per stream.
Oh yeah, or 1,000 crab rapes per stream.
Because I can only do 7 push-ups anyways. But yeah, the crab rapes too. Sometimes I'm just like, as a moderator in servants chat, I'm always like, who's doing this?
Only one person.
I just banned them.
I'm gonna take this off though, but I just made sure there was an appearance for Sona.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Oh man, I don't think I would ever cosplay on stream, but that's going to the next level. I dig it.
Revan cosplay when? Revan, I'll do a
few years from now.
A celebration. We'll wait till celebration for that. Fama, are you gonna come to celebration with us? He doesn't even know what that is.
Of course I am.
Sign me up, coach. Yeah.
What is it? But I'm coming, but I don't know what it is.
It's a party. No, I'm kidding. It's
yes, man.
Celebration is basically like, well, Warrior can explain it way better than I can, but it's a Star Wars event that takes place every single year. It got canceled for 2020 due to the pandemic. So it's going to be in 2022 in Anaheim. So it's going to be a long flight for you, but you know, I'll send you some.
I really want to do TwitchCon in the US, actually. Like, genuinely want to do that, if anything.
Yeah, I'm a big Comic Con guy, and TwitchCon's always been in the back of my mind. Just I
would love to.
You know, before I started streaming, it's like, man, I do want to meet, you know, the
I have so many friends now. I'd love to get at least, you know, a group of 10 of us or something. Book a hotel, hit the town, get kicked out for rubbing my tits on the dance floor or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's the vibes.
Well, we could probably achieve that. So let's talk about being a streamer because eventually I would like to, before I ask this question, me and Serp stream Battlefront 2. Yeah. There is going to be a time, hopefully, we're praying to the video game gods that we get a Battlefront 3, which will put us in the same boat as you're in right now. So for any Battlefront 2 streamers out there that are watching this, or Warzone streamers, what is the workload that you have to put in to be a streamer in a big time game where Nick Merckx is getting 60,000 viewers?
That's what I tell everybody every day is look yourself in the mirror and say, why the heck would somebody watch me over Nick Merckx? I'm not better than him at gameplay, so why would they watch me? I'm not better than him. I haven't got a following. Why would they watch me? So that is exactly why you have to brand yourself. And do not be afraid to create a business with Inside Twitch. It's a fun business. You have to think of the business mentality. So what's your brand? Mine is a llama. For whatever reason, I decided I'm going with llamas, and I don't care. I have a llama onesie. I dance. I believe in my content. I say this all the time. I believe my content. I think I could be fucking funny, or I could be at least loud, and some people come for, like, I want my entire ideal for my stream would be 3 hours. People come, take their mind off everything, refreshes, and then they go about the day. 2 to 3 hours. That is, I don't want to stream 6-7 hours. I can't do it. I'm exhausted. After 2 to 3 hours, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Like I'm tired. I want to end my stream. So I can't. That is why I'm short. 2 to 3 hours. Hype, fun, energy, all that kind of stuff. So you have to ask yourself, why would somebody watch you over Nick Merckx? Why would somebody watch you over Tim the Tapman? And it's down to branding. It's down to growing on other platforms. It's finding your niche. My niche for a long time was the Fama family, the support kingdom. But like I said, I'm trying to pull away from that. Not so much. I do want to have my community who are there for me to be able to meet each other and network and make friends. But I don't want any random build job and handy, whatever the heck you want to call him, to come into my stream, get 30 followers, never come back again, because that happened way too many times. So I want to make them friends and connections. If somebody comes into my stream for the first time and they're chatting the entire stream, they're there and they're involved, I will shout them out. I don't care if I know them for that long, because I'm like, yo, you're kind of cool, you know, you made an effort today. I'd love to help you out a bit. Hopefully you could come back, you know. But I'm not gonna, like, I was doing the feature stream and everything, and even though it is a great idea, it's like a one stream, good stream, and then you kind of, it can, like, I had somebody says to me that the only issue they had with everything that I was doing is once they got affiliate and they had their viewership, eventually they're all dropped, and they didn't feel like they earned that affiliate. They didn't feel like they started their community right at the start because they had so much from me. And that is something that kind of stayed in my head was, okay, there's people out there who are getting views, they're going to lose all the views, and then that's having that effect of, I'm not a great streamer, and that's not something I want to do. I think people should. Not everybody's going to make it, unfortunately. I might not make it. That's something that should be talked about.
That's good, man. Sir, you go ahead.
People use you for their self-benefit, and it shows.
Yeah.
And now in the long run, when we're in February, you know, obviously, like, your community is different than it was in November, but the real ones stay. The people who care for you as a person, the people who care for your content, the people who love you as a person, not only as a streamer, but outside of streaming as well, and care for your personal being, are the ones that stay with you. And you can kind of see through that. And now you're taking that careful approach now, moving on forward. It's like, okay, well, let me read you. If you're a streamer, like I'm gonna help you. I want to help you,
Yeah.
but like you're gonna just use me for your own self benefit, or is this gonna be a relationship?
But that is one of the reasons why I wanted to quit, was how many people did use me for the self benefit. That's one of the reasons why I did kind of want to give up. But now I have a strong community, and I see the same mods and the same names and all the time. And some people come and go in the chats. Even there's some people who come every stream for 5 minutes, but it's because they got lives, time zones, and all that stuff. But you see the same names, and that's what I've got right now so far as a solid community. Maybe in 2 months' time, some people will drop off. Maybe I'll have 20 viewers in 2 months' time. Maybe in 2 months' time, I'll have 60, 70 viewers. You don't know. So that's why I have no regrets. I post on TikTok. I post on Instagram. I'm messaging people. Like, if there's anybody who needs me, I'll message them. And I don't ignore DMs unless it's.
Yeah, man, yeah. I get that completely. The whole affiliate thing, too, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I feel like we're all in a position that when we raid someone who doesn't have affiliate, they should have affiliate numbers by the end of that stream. And then they might wake up the day with a new sense of like, hey, I made it, I'm an affiliate now. And then when they hit that stream button, how many of those people from the raid are going to be at that new affiliate stream? Yeah. And then they feel really down on themselves. And, I haven't looked at, there's no way to track it. I haven't looked at how many people just don't stream anymore after the first week of affiliate, but that's something to, I'm not saying not to raid a non-affiliate, but man, that's a very concerning thing that I didn't even think about till you mentioned that. Cause I don't want to ruin anybody's chances when they should be building
I think that depends on the mindset, because when I had 6 to 7 viewers, I got rated by 140 people. And I knew to myself that these people won't come back, because I had research and I knew that most people don't come back from raids. I knew this to myself. But from that raid, I made a connection with that streamer. I still go into his stream sometimes. He saw my growth and he was, talking to me saying, it's pretty, like, you're doing awesome and all that kind of stuff. And just from that raid, when I had 6 to 7 viewers and I had 140 people, like, I had some subs, I had some bits, and that was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is inspired me to keep going, kind of thing. And I did when I go on that streamer's chat, there's about 3 or 4 people who still talk to me, still recognize me, and still remember me because of my reaction. Because I was a 5 to 6 viewer, and I did 50 push-ups on the bed. I was like, I'm gonna do this for you, and then I played a game of League of Legends, and I was hitting all my hooks, and I was like, I'm the king, and I was saying I'm the character Blitz. I'm like, I'm Blitz God, and all of this, and they loved it. The viewers loved it, and like, I put on a show, and even a guy with 6 to 7 viewers, they remember me still because of that. So it gives you opportunities. It depends on your mindset, but you want people to also feel like they've earned it. So it all depends on the person's mindset. But that's why it's a bit of both.
I think one of the biggest things I took into streaming when I started, and this was something that I had to learn the hard way through basketball, was just like a thing where it's just, you don't get too high on highs and you don't get too low on lows. And it's very difficult to learn that. It's very difficult to learn it, because I remember there was a time when I was playing college basketball where I had a really good game. At least for myself, I thought I did. And I was so excited. Like, the next 2 days, I'm like, oh my God, like, this is amazing, this is amazing, this is amazing. And then the next game, there was a situation where my coach thought I did something wrong. I didn't play the rest of the entire game. And then I'm like, I just fell down. And then mentally for the next 2 days, I was just out of it. And I went from this high to this low, to this high to this low. And what I took from that is, like, I need to find a balance between myself where I don't get so high on these, like, good moments, and just knowing that there's always going to be improvements that you have to make every single day. Yeah. I have a spreadsheet, and Warrior and I, we speak till 4 or 5 a.m. What can we do better? What can we work on? What's this? This is, and we think long. We think like until the end of the year type of thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, months from now. And that's something I always took with me, to always find improvements, you never want to stay the same, because if you're staying the same, you're getting worse. It's just the fact. You always want to find improvement. You never want to just, like, get on this roller coaster. Just stay steady, know that there's good days ahead, and just keep putting your head down and just keep working hard towards your craft. And that's not even just streaming. That's like literally anything, And I just took the example of basketball because I played a sport, and sports can really drain you. Like, it could really mess with you mentally, because, you look at, like, the bigger leagues, say the NBA, for example, or, the professional leagues. There's someone I know that I looked up to. He was actually going to be on my team last year for a professional league in summer, and he averaged 29 points a game. He was at the top of the face of the NBA. And then the next thing you know, he got hurt. the team let him kick aside, and now he's struggling. He can't even find a team, and he was at the top. Isaiah Thomas, he was at the top, and now he can't even find a team. And it just shows you that, like, you never know what's going to come tomorrow. For you, for example, you never knew that you were going to, you know, whatever may have occurred. I know personally, but no one else does. But whatever may have occurred with your ex-girlfriend, or whatever may have occurred with your community, you know, or the person that you spoke to that you didn't have a moral standpoint with the homophobic slurs. You know, those things right there, you never know what tomorrow's going to hold. So just keeping that steady ground and keep working hard and not really focusing on the outside factors can take you far.
Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the big thing, with you take all what you just said, and then like my biggest problem too is when we do have those highs, I make them short lived. I don't think I enjoy them as much as I possibly could, just because I'm like, you know, I was like, okay, this is only temporary, you know. So like, say one day I have like a really awesome stream, and I should be excited about it. I should hit the end stream button. I should go and enjoy the raid, and then be happy for the rest of the day. Like, man, I just killed it. But normally for me, it's like, okay, that stream's over with now. Good job to me, but tomorrow might not be that way. And there's a balance there. And I personally know I haven't found it yet, because I don't even like I do enjoy the highs, but not as much as I should. Like I give it like 10, 15 minutes, and then I cut it off like it never happened.
Exactly.
And I need to live in that more.
I'm quite opposite to you two. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, if I'm upset or I'm down, my chat nowhere on stream. Like, they already know it. If I'm having a great stream, I'm hyped as heck, and I will have a high viewership, and I'll think about it all night. I'll be like, yes, I'm this is amazing. I'm getting back. This is and then the next day it'll drop down, and then I feel disappointed. But that I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying the highs, because I just wear my heart on my sleeve. If I'm like emotionally not there with something, people would know, like the way I talk, or I'll just be like, I don't know. It's just my personality. I can't hide it. I can't pretend. Like,
but see, that's not a bad thing though. That just shows. If anything, it shows how close you are to your community, and if anything, it shows just how close you are. Obviously your audience is a lot more mature, but like it shows that like people can relate, and someone in the chat may say, "Oh yeah, you know what? Like I can see that you're off. Like I'm going through the same thing this week. This is what happened to me. And you're like, you can say something along the lines like, that's crazy how much I can relate to you. And then just like how you said earlier, did we just become best friends? And you know what I mean? Like that just shows you how open you are with your community. And it's actually a beautiful thing. But I think what Warrior and I were just like meaning in that sense is just like, you know, there's always the next step, and there's always the next thing you got to work on. You know, I remember on Christmas, you know, it was on Christmas Day, and I couldn't stop thinking about all the fun stuff I wanted to do for the road to max. And just so many fun. I was just thinking, I was just playing. I was just like, and this is Christmas Day. I'm just like, I don't know. I just love when you love what you do, when you have a passion for something, you'll do anything for it. And I think all three of us, and not only us three, but there's a lot of streamers within the chat right now that are watching right now that can agree that when you love something, you hold on to it tight and you just give your heart out to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Working behind the scenes, I think. So there's literally just two types of streamers. You have the streamers who get on, they hit the start stream button, and then they just play the game and they end. And then there's another group of streamers who once the streaming is the easiest part, and then they put in the hours behind the work. What do you think, like outside of the streaming, Fama, is you know your schedule? Like, how many hours do you put into your stream when you're not even live?
So I said this before. It's not so much now, because I've decided to try and avoid the quantity kind of thing. So for me, I'll wake up, have the baby and everything, stream, come off, and then I'm playing with people who, for me, playing with some people in your community is networking. It's still making that friendship. It's still to do with the stream. Sometimes I get on games for 2 to 3 hours with people. Like, even though I don't want to play, like, even though I were going to play games that night, they've asked me, so I'm going to go on. I'll enjoy myself because I enjoy playing games, but I'm doing that because I'm making friends and I'm making connections. And it's so even gaming is still part of streaming, off stream, messaging people. I have every day I'll have somebody with a different issue, or asking for different favors, asking for different advice. There's certain people individually who are asking me every day. That's like they rely on that kind of reassurance, and that like what they're doing is okay. And I'm always trying to give that same reassurance to people. Even like I give advice that I can't listen to myself, which is the reality thing, because it's harder to take your own good advice, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could give the right answers, but how people act and everything I think off stream is everything. Like, it's always on my mind. It's always there. It's always, I have, like, we all dream about, we all have our little our little imagination where our mind trips off into dreamland, into whatever, and I'll imagine that, I'll imagine that, oh my god, I'm hyped, there's 10,000 views in my chat, like that. I mean, that's my mindset. That's where I'm dreaming. That's where like, I've always said, and I don't care what people say, that I want to be successful, I want to be worldwide, and I want to be known. Like, I don't care about saying that. I want to be out there, and I want to be known in the Twitch community, and I want to have hundreds and thousands of people.
I'm with you, man. I'm pretty transparent with my chat too. I tell them, like, the short-term goals and the long-term goals of my main focus right now, I think, is what's best for is building the YouTube channel up. And I think as a Star Wars content creator, the YouTube will transfer over, kind of like how TikTok is on Warzone. Because on TikTok and Warzone are like the bond is there. Like, if you make good TikToks, the viewership will come over. Star Wars has the YouTube game taken over, and I feel like if I can build a YouTube channel, it'll happen. So that I'm right there with you, man. It's with that for sure.
My kind of content on TikTok and stuff is like, I love Warzone, but I'm trying to grow as a personality, and I don't want to be a reliant Warzone streamer, because if a new game comes out that's party based, I'll play it because it's fun, So for me, the content I provide is always skits. Like, I'm pretending I'm talking to an e-girl or flirting with e-girls in my chat, or I'm pretending that I got somebody trolling me, or I'll dance in my llama suit and do something silly. Like, I'm not sure if you saw my recent TikTok, but I got the red light on and I'm doing like a sexy dance. The head falls back and it's got this curve in my back, and I just look absolutely fucking beautiful. So that's, for me, I'm trying to grow as a personality, and you just know that if you come to my stream, I'm going to do stupid stuff. I'm going to be an absolute maniac. And that's who I am. It doesn't matter what game I'm playing. So,
but that's your identity, and that's who you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to brand about, is my personality.
You take your personal, like, how you are as a person in your real life, and you take it into streaming, and it's like, that's just people getting to know the real Fama, people getting to know the real you. I mean, I know you as a person more so because we're friends, and I think what a lot of people do, a lot of people make the mistake of, and this is in terms of streamers, a lot of people make the mistake of, like, they're one person in their real life and they're a whole other person when they stream, and that's something I've always been against. They put on a mask, or I know exactly, and like, that's something I've always been against. That's always something I see people do it all the time. I watch streamers, and I already get a bad feel or a bad vibe right away, and I don't really spend that much time in those streams, because I can already tell this person's just trying to put on a mask, a face, just for a show, for whatever the case may be. For me personally, I'm big on, and this is how I take my approach to streaming. Like, I want to help. Like, whatever happens in your day, you could have the worst day ever. I want to be able to be the reason why your day could be better. Yeah. And that's what I learned from the Star Wars, from Star Wars. And that's what the Star Wars films did for me. It took me out of a rough place, and it made my escape. And it was something that I look forward to every single day. And it got me out of something rough. And I know what a stream could do for somebody. And that's what,
I know this is kind of like, this is something that resides with me right now. It's because I struggle with sleep, so I don't sleep until 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, so I mean, the last 2 weeks I've been awake until 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. And what I will do at like 3, 4 a.m. once I hop off games with some buddies and stuff is I'll put on The Office. Right now, The Office, I love it. It's super. It's just fun for me to watch and just chill. And I know what you're saying, where you got things which are part of your routine and things that you connect to, and I know The Office hasn't got that kind of effect as Star Wars has got, in the sense, like, it's just a comedy kind of thing. But I know what you're saying, where you got things which you kind of enjoy and
and then bouncing back off to the building the community too. Like, there's nothing better that when I'm off stream and then I see, like, in my general chat, like, people are wanting to play. Like, just the other day, there's 4 particular people from my stream that all got together, and they're all playing Battlefront 2. And then one started a stream, and I went in there, and they were just all having a good time. And I'm like, man, it's just good to see, man. And then that's Star Wars, and it's just bringing them all together.
On your Discord, and there's people in your Discord in a party chat talking to each other, and I'm like, I didn't even know who these are, but they're using my Discord and they're connecting, and that's
Yeah.
like, I love it. It's like,
Yeah.
heck yeah, I like that. Like, well, obviously I know who they are, but it's like, okay, so these 4 guys are using my Discord to connect, and it's like that friendship.
Yeah, like, it's the best thing out of streaming is the friendships and the relationships. There's been, since I started in June, there's been so much that I've learned and so much that I've experienced and ups, downs, everything. But I think the main thing, the best reward I've gotten out of everything is the relationships and the friendships. And that's when everyone tells me, it's like, oh hey, you like, how's streaming? Like, what do you do? All this stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's, this is what happens. This is what happens on a daily basis. This is what we do. We do movie trivia night, watch parties. And I don't know, every time I talk about streaming, the main thing I always go back to is the relationships developed. And when I see people that I would have never met, like Warrior and Fama, you're across the globe for me. It's 8 9 o'clock where you are right now. I would have never met you if it was through streaming. I would have never met Warrior, Chronic, Boba, all my close friends that I met through streaming. It's like, and we relate so much regardless of age, and we relate so much because we all found this passion. And I'm a broken record. I say it all the time. We all found this passion during this pandemic. For the most part, a lot of us did, and we took the worst. We made the best out of the worst situation, and we all have something in common, whether we believe it or not.
And then to keep bouncing off that too, I brought my really, really good friend, best friend into the community. UT Toy fan. A lot of people know him, but it's like we went from just talking every day to now we almost like we're hanging out every day, because he'll be in my streams and then he'll stream at night sometimes, and then I'll go in his stream. So it's like we're hanging out 2 more times during the day, and I think it's just made our relationship as friends even better.
You'll hear me say the same names. If you talk about connections, you'll hear me say the same names, and every now and again a new name gets added onto that roster because you make them solid. You can't make good friends with 10 people a week because it's impossible mentally to connect on a solid friendship basis. But every month there'll be a new name on this. Like, it'll be, for me, it'll be Spicy, Randy, Pat, Panda, Madsko, Shona, Spider Bros, Kurabomb. I have like 9-10 people, Madsko, the same names, and I guarantee next month there'll be somebody else on that roster who I consider as a really good friend of mine now, who I'm talking to every day. And that's what is going to keep you going, is if you have them people support you. Some people might end up disappearing off the platform, which sucks. But if you kind of make them connections, they're the ones who are going to be there for you. And that's what keeps me going. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a Discord. I wouldn't have the motivation. Panda's always tell me, Fama, because, people, I won't say stuff on stream, but, in DMs with Serp and Panda, I'll tell Panda that, I'm struggling. I didn't want to go live today. Like, my viewers have dropped. And he's like, Fama, just shut up. You're doing good. Okay. He's telling me he still believes in me, even though I've had half my viewers drop. He's like, you're amazing. And he makes me feel better about myself. Yeah. And he's like, there's people out there, they're doing so well. And I watch them and they haven't got half the content you give. And not to say other content creators, but it's that mentality of, I believe in you. You just need to get that exposure. You can be something, and that having people tell you that.
Yeah, you just nailed it, man. The exposure and the content have to eventually meet, and then I think everything else works itself out as long as you're putting in the hard work. Because if you build your community from 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 or 1 to 50 or whatever, there's no reason why you can't do it from 1 to 75 and 1 to 150. It's just a matter of putting in the hard work, making the good content, keeping the content up, and then just sit back and have fun, man. And then the rest, I think, takes care of itself. Service says all the time, people grow at different rates. One could take them a month, boom, partner. The other one could take 5 years. But I feel like if they just put in the work, man, the real work, they can get to the goals that they want.
I think what a lot of people, like, it's cliche, but it's true. It's like, a lot of people think like quantity is better than quality. It's the complete opposite. I would, when I was in high school, I would walk around the halls in high school and there would be like 100 people I would say hello to every single day. And I would say from high school, I probably speak to 3 people since high school, maybe 4. Yeah. That's not even on a daily basis. I speak to people within the streaming community like every single day, and I'm closer with some of my streamer friends than I am with people in my real life. And it just shows you. And like I keep my because I've gone on and off, and one thing that I've always been huge on is like stay with something that makes you happy. I'm attracted to happiness. So if there's a relationship person, a streamer, a hobby, anything, if it makes me happy, I'm attracted to it and I stay with it and I hold on to it so tight. But if I realize, and Fama, you were talking about this in the beginning of the podcast, like if there's something that for me that's like, if I'm feeling more down than I am up, I have to get rid of it. I can't keep it in my life. It has to go. There's only so much that goes on in your life that you can do on a daily basis, that if there's something that's bringing you down, you have to remove it. You have to remove it. And it's hard to
there's connections, friendships, and I've had that myself recently. It was something which brought me up with, brought me down without, brought me up without, brought me down with. You got people and friends, connections, all this kind of stuff, and you got to make your decisions of what's gonna keep you going. And there's you gotta think for yourself, really, and make sure you surround yourself with things that are gonna push you forward.
I'm a very unselfish person. I tend to put others before me, like all the time, and I still do. And sometimes it works out beautifully, sometimes it pinches me in the back, and I've accepted that. But your self-worth is, I think, something that everyone should prioritize. And I read a lot, and you have one as well, a mental health chat, and a lot of people come to you, maybe message you individually or within the chat, saying how they've been put aside. And Star Wars actually teaches a lot of lessons within that. And how do you get up from that? And I think a lot of it is just realizing your self-worth, realizing what kind of person you are, realizing that, hey, I'm important. Like, I have a heart. And then once you prioritize yourself, you'll naturally just find more happiness in your life. You'll naturally, now you did. And now you don't have this, I'm sure you've gone through a lot, but you're streaming every day. And at least you have people that in the back of your head, the people that are in your streams, they're not using you for self-worth. People that are in your streams, in the back of your head, sure, it's not as much as that used to be in November, but those people, at least that are in it for you, and they love you.
They love you.
The core Fama fam.
Yeah. The core. That is way more rewarding to have your core. That, like, I said this in school growing up. I had one best friend who was he's my best friend now still. Like, he's my the godfather to my child kind of thing. And I would rather have 100 one good friend than 100 false ones. And I'd say that was streaming. I'd rather have 10 good viewers than 100 people who you don't know that might fall off. And I'd rather have a core group and add to that core group every week. You can't get to a stage where you got 100 core group, the same people who are going to come through. You just got to take it slow.
Yeah. Looking at the time up there, we're almost done. Is there anything, Fama, that you wanted to talk about or get out to the public? We can kind of give you the floor now.
I mean, nothing. I just like there's nothing in particular. We've talked about quite a lot today with do
you have any? What do you have up and coming for the rest of the week, or what's your monthly plan here?
So right now, every week, so I'm spending $220 this month. Doing every Friday $60 free to enter custom Warzone tournaments. It's a kill race, so you can join at any stage and all that kind of stuff. So I'm this month I'm spending $220 basically into my chat and my community and the people I play with. And I'm the reason I'm doing that is to try and meet more Warzone players and build up more of a Warzone community right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is it. See, I don't have any long-term plans. For me, I know you guys are talking about your plans, and that is how I wish I could be. But for me, I fire up, I rub my tits, shake my ass, and bam, that's my stream done. I don't have any plans. I just go with the flow.
Warzone's kind of just like it's a battle royale and it's a shooter game, but there's no books or movies on Call of Duty, so it's not like for me and Servants, we have like 30,000 years of make believe content that's been created for us to dive in and okay, I'm gonna go make content on year 29,000 and you're gonna go make content on year 200. I mean, we have loads of content for a Warzone streamer. It's making tournaments. It's doing what you're doing, investing back in your chat with these money giveaways. And I think that's awesome, dude. Do you see yourself keep on playing Call of Duty, or is there another game like, oh, I can't wait for May because this game's coming out?
if I got to like, so I love League of Legends. I've always said to my child, I love League of Legends. But if I'm not at a competitive level where I feel like I would stand a holding in the community with 50, 60 viewers. If I got to Platinum, Diamond, and League of Legends, I feel like I could stream that and really take off. But right now I'm silver to gold. So I need another 2-3 seasons now. That could be a 2-3 year kind of plan niche if I wanted to stream a niche game. But for me, it's hype and it's community involvement. For me right now, it's about playing games that involve my community. That's why I want to do customs. That's what, if there was a party game I could do, I would do party games. I did a lot of Fall Guys, Among Us. I did a lot of that. That's when I was growing. But for me right now, I won't stream a game I'm bored of. I won't stream a game that I'm not enjoying. I'm bored of Among Us. I'm bored of Fall Guys. I won't stream it. I'm not going to play a game that I'm not intentionally enjoying. I enjoy Warzone with the right people. So that's what I'm focused on right now. I love League of Legends, but League of Legends is a slow-paced game. It's not hype. It needs quite a bit of attention as well. It can definitely be good with the right kind of. I feel like I could be a good League of Legends streamer, but I just want to be in a more professional, like a more.
Right, you want to put. We talk about this a lot. You know, putting. You can be a streamer in a video game and just have the personality and build your community there. But at the end of the day, a lot of viewers on Twitch, they want to see that, you know, that epic gameplay. You know?
Yeah, they want both.
Yeah, so I'm always like, if the chat, if I'm interacting with the chat and then I look at the score and it's 3-3 or I'm down 4, I always like get chat's time to dial in real quick, and then I'll go super tryhard mode just because, you know, I want to secretly win. There's no ranks in Battlefront 2, but I don't like to sit there and lose 18 games in a row. But, you know, I want to win. I want to get a win streak. I want to get quad kills or whatever I can put up on the kill feed. You know, that's what I want to do. So.
I will say I see it in a lot of people. I've seen this before, and Warrior, you have as well. A lot of people stream games that they don't enjoy, and you can see it in their when they stream. You can see it when you watch them. It doesn't look like they're having a fun time. And for me, I've always been big on you gotta if you're gonna stream a game, make sure you love the game, because people have come by the chat and asked me, hey, you know, I just started streaming. I wanted to play Battlefront, and like should I start with Battlefront? I'm like, okay. Do you love Battlefront? Do you love the game? If you love the game, then hold on to it. Do it. But if you don't love the game, you can't. And this is what I was saying earlier with people putting on a mask. You can't play a game that you don't love. You know, you can't do it just for a number or whatever the case may be. Like, make sure you love the game. Warrior and I can relate to this. I mean, at least for me, when I play Battlefront 2 every day, you know, especially with the mods, it makes me feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away. It makes me feel like I'm playing as all the heroes that I loved growing up as a kid, and I get to just have like I feel like a kid every single day. I feel like a kid again. I just feel like the best time ever, and I'm so happy whenever I can play and have the opportunity to play, and of course, not even only that, but hang out with such amazing people when I get to play the game.
I love Battlefront 2, man. The mods, like I can just sit there and like I just had a new Yoda mod yesterday, and I was emoting more just to look at the mod than I was playing the game. I'm like, check this out. Does no one else excited about this mod? Because look, this he's a young Yoda with a yellow lightsaber. I was just so excited about it, but and I could tell everyone was just like
and like I remember how excited you were when you first had Revan for the first time. I was so happy for you. You're like, oh my god, is this real? I'm like, yeah, it's real. Like I had a tear when I first downloaded it. That was the first one I downloaded was Ahsoka. When I saw her on my screen, I was like, oh my god, that's insane. And it's just beauty in the games that you play. And for you, Fama, like, you know, like I consider you a variety streamer. I've seen you play multiple different games and have an amazing time, because I think what a lot of people come for you, Fama, I think it's your personality is what sets a lot of people apart. When I come to your stream and I say something in the chat, I'm not like as soon as I wake up, I come by your stream. That's like the first thing I do. I put on Twitch. That's usually the first thing I do. I put on you and Dubex's streams to start off my day. And when I come by your stream, I'm like, I already know, like, you're just gonna be hyped. And then everyone gets something, you know, everyone has like a different approach to every single streamer. And for you, your personality is what sets you apart from so many. And I know you're like, oh, why would they watch me instead of Tim Tatman or Nick Marks? Well, I mean, I'm biased. I don't really spend a lot of time watching the larger streamers. I'd rather I usually dedicate my time watching streamers within our community or people that I know and other like smaller streamers. But for you, it's like your personality, like at least for me, when I'm going down the Warzone list, you have the best personality, you have the most enthusiasm, and you have the most love for what you do out of everyone on that Warzone. And I'm not trying to make you blush. Okay, maybe a little bit, but like, you know, but it's true, yeah.
Awesome, man. That's good. So when can they find you? What time? And when are you going to be live next, Fama?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 p.m. GMT. So I think that's 12 p.m. PST. I think you guys are 5 hours behind, right?
So what time is that for you in Central Time or Eastern Time? Because you're normally at his streams.
Fama is 5 hours ahead of me. Fama is 5 hours ahead of me. So awesome. For him right now, it's 8:05 p.m.
Okay, awesome.
You're an hour behind, so he's 6 hours ahead of you. I am going to share. It's in the bio, guys. Those that are in here, if you look in the bio of this video, you'll see Fama's YouTube link and his.
Yeah, through your YouTube up there. Fama.
I am gonna share your. I'm gonna share your Twitch link one more time in the chat, and then
Yeah, anybody out there, our Mine, Serpents, and Fama's YouTube channels are down below. Mine's Star Wars Quick Clips, Serpents, of course, the Serpents, and then FamaLamaPingPong. And then to end that, Fama, we'll talk about YouTube, but I think everybody needs to get on YouTube, and Serpents has been doing better.
I need to get my booty and gear on YouTube 100%. But Twitch exposure is rubbish. You got to grow on TikTok, YouTube, anywhere else basically, and bring them over. It's a grind, but you got to do it.
Awesome, man. Serpents, you're gonna be live tomorrow for the 4,000 follower.
We're having our movie night at 7 p.m. So in 4 hours, we're having our Siege of Mandalore, Revenge of the Sith 4-hour cut, since that's what's won the poll by a lot. And tomorrow we'll have the 4,000 follower celebration at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with a really, really special giveaway. So
okay, awesome. I'll be there. I'll be definitely at your stream tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow. My next stream is Monday at 3:30. And then we'll just be right back on Battlefront. And then Star Wars Quick Clips, and just more lore videos be coming out a lot. I should have like 3 or 4 out next week, and I'm excited about it. One, just a little teaser, is going to be the who is Emperor Palpatine before he was the Emperor. So Sheev Palpatine, the origins. So a lot of people love the book, so we're going to take a deep dive into it.
Might tell you Acolyte. I don't know. It's a show. Yeah. We have Fama here. Fama's like, what is this? What are these people saying?
What in the hell?
And Fama, you're live on Monday, correct?
Yes, Monday, 5 p.m. GMT next.
Awesome. All right, I'll try to wake up a little early, start making some more, but I always try to get in there. I'm always like the last 15 minutes of your stream, and then I just lurk because I don't want to.
I mean, I'm like that. I go to people's streams and I will sit there for 20 minutes and enjoy the stream and not say a single word because I don't go to streams to be recognized as supporting. Yeah. I go to streams I enjoy, and there's definitely, sometimes people come on my stream and I go, last night, oh wow, that happened, and you seem they're like, oh, you were there, and I was like, yeah, I was there. And I know people look for me. I do like chat engagement, but I mean, do you talk to your TV when you watch TV? No, some people just like to watch the content that you provide them without talking and feeling like they have to talk. So that's another thing. If there's people looking up, maybe they're watching. So just turn your viewer count off. Stream as if you've got 100 people, 1,000 people watching you, and just have a load of fun.
Awesome. All right, guys. Chat, we will see you in our streams, and see you next Saturday. Peace.